Okay, in this video, we're going to install a Java development environment on Windows 11. I'm running in a virtual machine here, so let's see how far we can get. First, we're going to install Visual Studio Code. That's one of my favorite editors now. It can pretty much do anything, and then we'll install the Java extension pack on this. So just go ahead and follow along with the video and pause it as you need to. Okay, that's done. Just click on it to open the installer. Takes a little while, especially on this VM. Okay, I'm just going to install it on the default folder and just accept all the defaults. On here, you just want to go ahead and check them all. It's kind of handy to have those. And then we just install. Okay, then I'll finish with it launching. And Visual Studio Code is installed. You can pick colors, so just leave it as a default, and typically I just close this window or this tab. And that's it. Visual Studio Code is there. Now let's go ahead and put the Java extension pack. So click on the four little squares down at the bottom of the toolbar and then type in Java. And usually it's the first one that shows up. It's the extension pack. And the one we want is the one that's had millions of downloads and it's from Microsoft. And it says extension pack for Java. And then we just click install on there. It's going to install several packages, all that are going to help us later on. In this video, we're really just installing and getting set up. It shouldn't be too much longer. It might be about a 30-minute process of installing everything. And then we'll be ready to do some real development. So we're not going to do any development here in this video. We're just installing software on our Windows 11 machine to get us ready. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is actually install Java. We've got Visual Studio Code installed and it's ready to go. And now we're going to install Java. I like Amazon's Corretto, and so we're just going to install the OpenJDK, and we'll install Java 21, which is the latest LTS version. And there's a Windows link somewhere in here. Let's see, I'm actually on a Mac, but I'm running a Windows VM, so I should choose Windows. And you will too, because you're on Windows. So you're just going to pick the one that MSI installer is the one that will actually install it. So that's nice. The zip, you'll have to do some manual stuff to get it to install. So I usually do use the MSIs when I can. They're a little bit more convenient. Okay, that's done, and just click on it and it should open the installer. Okay, so we just hit next on a bunch of these. I usually just pick the defaults. They're usually reasonable unless there's something else that's special. Okay, and we just click yes here to let it install. Okay, that was quick. And let's verify that it is installed and the version is right. So we're going to open a terminal. So I'll click there, and then I'll just type the word terminal in there. You could probably browse to it if you know how to find it. I usually don't, so I just type open terminal, and then we're going to go ahead and just type Java dash dash version. And that should let us know that one, it's installed, and two, what version it is. Yep, that's the right one. OpenJDK 21. Okay, so Java's installed. That's great. We can just go ahead and close this terminal. We don't need it right now. We're going to open it again later for something else. The next thing we're going to install is Apache Maven. So Maven's a build system for Java, and we're going to install that. And you don't have to know what all the stuff is right now. Just install it, and then we'll learn about it during the lessons. Okay, we want zip because we're on Windows instead of tar-gz because it'll just be easier for us. Oh, and actually, wait, I just downloaded the wrong one. I wanted the latest version. It looks like I was in previous versions. I just skipped right over it. So let's go ahead and look for the latest version. It's 3.96, and we want the zip again. And it's not the source zip, it's just a regular bin zip. And then we'll install this when that's done. Now this is a zip file, so it's not going to install. We're just going to extract it, and then we're going to add it to our path. So it's in my downloads folder now. I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to extract all, and it's fine where it is. It's just for development. We don't need to put it someplace special right now, so it's fine where it is. So I'm just going to extract here. And then there's the folder. So I'm just going to open that to see where the bin folder is. And there's the bin. That's the one we want to add. And there's a bunch of Maven files here. That's the Maven file we want right there for this. And I could actually open in terminal here, but let's just go ahead and do the button. I was hoping there was an add to environment variable path thing, but that wasn't there. So just type the word environment, and we want to edit our environment variables. And at the bottom of that dialog, we click environment variables or edit environment variables, and then we're going to pick path. And then when that opens, we're going to click new to get a new item, and then we're going to browse, and we're going to go to that Maven bin folder. So that was in our downloads, and there's Maven and there's bin, and we're just going to click on the folder and then hit OK. And then that adds it to our path. So that way, when we're in a terminal, we can run it from anywhere. And let's check and see if that worked. Let's close some of these windows out of the way. Okay, so start button and type terminal again. Eventually it will show up in recently used. Okay, so here we are, and just type nvm and type -- version, and there we have 3.9.6. Okay, so Maven's installed, and we'll learn about what Maven is later on. It just helps us with Java. It makes it a lot easier. And now we're going to do the tricky part. So the last thing is to install Docker Desktop. And I'm on a VM, so I'm going to be really surprised if this works. It's going to be amazing because I'm already on a VM, which is virtualization, and Docker is a virtualization tool. So to run virtualization inside of virtualization, that's kind of crazy. Let's see how far we get. This process of installing will be exactly the same for you. It's just, can I run it is the question. So I did click on download, and it's downloading, so it's going to take a few minutes. It's probably pretty big. Okay, so it's almost done downloading, and we're probably most of the way through the process here. Once we install it, let's see if I can actually get it running. I don't know if I can. So once this is installed, you're pretty much done, and you can go ahead and stop watching the video. I'm going to see if I can get it running once we install it. See, I mean, it would be really cool if it worked out of the box. Let's see. It looks like it's a heavy installer. It's still starting. Okay, we'll go ahead and click yes to let it do this. And let's see what happens. Okay, if you were paying attention, you'll notice that went by really fast because I sped it up to 20 times speed because it did take a long time in real time. So basically it said restart, so I'm restarting Windows. And you can actually see this because I'm on a virtual machine that's running on my computer. So this is what your computer will look like. And that's the end. See you in the next lesson.